Hello. In this video tutorial, I will be teaching you how to take your mangas and convert them to Adobe PDF files. It's useful to convert a series of images from mangas you download to the PDF format because it stores all the images in one file. So instead of having 100 image files, you have a single PDF file. It also takes up less space. Additionally, it's useful when you want to read mangas on an e-reader or tablet because a wide array of different devices support the PDF format. I'm going to begin by telling you to download and install the following applications. The download links can be found below, in the description of this video. They're all free. You'll need the following: 7-zip to extract the files, JPEG to PDF converter, File Renamer Basic, and JPEG crops. For the purposes of this video, I'll assume you have already downloaded your mangas from some source and that they're sitting on your computer as RAR, ZIP, or CBA packaged files. Alright, let's begin. In general, all mangas are packaged the same way. A large number of image files, each containing a single page or sometimes 2 pages of a manga, are placed into separate folders and are named alphabetically or alphanumerically in order from start to end. A single RAR, ZIP, or CBA file may contain an entire volume, or it may just contain one chapter of a manga. I'm going to go over 4 different methods of conversion based on how your manga files are structured. The first case is a single chapter of a manga, where all the images contain a single page from the book. This is the easiest scenario. All you have to do is find the manga you downloaded and use 7-zip to extract it. Just right-click the file, select 7-zip, and then use the Extract To feature to extract the file to a new folder. Open it up, and inside you should find all the images from the single chapter. Now launch the program JPEG to PDF. Select all the images in the manga folder by pressing Ctrl-A. To deselect a certain image that you do not want to include in the PDF, such as an introduction page, hold down the Control button and then deselect the items you don't want. Drag all the rest of the files into the PDF converter list. To convert the images to a single PDF, first choose where you want the file to be saved, name the file, and then click the Save to PDF button. The file can now be opened and read with a PDF reader. Now I'm going to talk to you about what to do if your single file contains multiple chapters, or if it's an entire volume of a manga. Generally, each chapter is organized into a separate folder. If you want, you could convert each chapter individually into a separate PDF file by following the instructions I gave in the last section of this video, but I'm going to make the whole volume a PDF file. Each chapter's folder is generally organized properly, but sometimes different folders follow different naming conventions, and therefore you must rename every single file in all the chapters yourself, so they are ordered properly. Start off by going through all the chapters folders and deleting any images you don't want, like advertisements, entry pages, or repeat cover pages. Once you've done this, we need to rename the files so they're ordered properly once we make the PDF. If you already believe your files are named properly, you can skip ahead to the part where I talk about file consolidation. Make sure your volume is extracted. Then go to the File Renamer program you should have already downloaded and installed. Note that you may have to run the program as an administrator to get it to start properly. Within the File Renamer interface, locate the folder containing all your manga's chapters. Start at Chapter 1. Make your file name properties match mine. Deselect all the features except the Unique Parameters feature and the File Extension feature. For Chapter 1, we start from number 1. All your files should already be selected and checked. Hit the Preview button to make sure that the new file names are correct, and then press the Apply button. Now all the files have been renamed by number. Note the last number of the last file in the folder and remember it. In this case, the last number is 25, so I'm going to remember the number 25. Now I go onto the folder for the second chapter, and I do the same thing, but this time I start from the last number plus 1. So instead of starting from 1, I start from the number 26, because chapter 1 ended with the number 25. I preview and apply the changes again. I remember the last number from this folder, and then I go to the third chapter and I do the same thing. I keep repeating this for every single chapter until I am done naming all the files. Once you're done, it's time to consolidate all the files into one single folder. To do this, make a new folder called All Images, or whatever you want to call it. Then open each chapter and copy the files into the new folder. Then, the entire volume with all its chapters will all be numbered properly and in one folder. Open up the JPEG to PDF conversion program, add all the files to the list, name your file, and push the Save PDF button. It may take a few moments and possibly even a few minutes depending on how many files there are and how fast your computer is. Once you're done, you'll have the entire volume in one single PDF file. Now comes the next part of the tutorial. Like I said before, sometimes mangas are packaged with 2 pages to a single image file. I'm going to show you how to split them in two and properly rename them. For this portion of the tutorial, we'll use JPEG crops, file renamer, and JPEG to PDF converter all together. If you want to do this with an entire volume of a manga, you may want to follow the instructions I gave in the last section for renaming them and consolidating the files into one folder before you go ahead and crop all the files. Alright, let's begin. First off, I'm going to assume you have all the files ready in a single folder. You need to copy the folder of the images so you have a new folder, and they each will contain the same files. The first folder will contain all the first pages, and the second folder will contain all of the second pages, so I will call my folders left and right for each side of the page. Open up all the images in the left folder by dragging them into JPEG crops. First, go to the Edit menu, and under Set All Aspects, choose the Free option. Then go to the Edit menu again and select the Synchronize Crops button. This makes it so when you define a crop area for one image, it repeats the crop area across all the other same-sized image. Sometimes this works great, sometimes it doesn't, because all the images might not be the same size. Go through and make sure the left side of each image is selected and that the right side is darkened. If the Synchronize Crop feature is selected properly, most of them should automatically do this themselves as you go through. Once you reach the bottom and you're sure everything's selected right, change the output folder to something like Cropped Left, and then use the Crop All Images button to crop them all. This may take a few moments. Repeat the same thing with the right folder, but crop the right side of the image instead of the left, and make sure you put them in the Cropped Right folder instead of the Cropped Left folder. Once you're done, you need to rename all the files using File Renamer. First, go to the Cropped Right folder, because remember, in mangas we generally read from right to left. Start from 0 and label your images like normal, 0 through whatever number you're going to. Once you're done, go to the folder for the left side of the manga. This time you'll do the same thing, using the same exact numbers. But you must check the suffix box and add the suffix B to each file. This will make the left images appear after the right images when we put them together. All that's left now is to consolidate the two properly renamed folders into one and run JPEG to PDF converter. Add them to the list, name your file, press the Convert PDF button, and then you're done. This concludes my tutorial. I hope it was informative to you. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to respond. Thank you for watching.